Alright guys, this is the Primary Arms SLx 1-6x24 scope. Primary Arms sent this to us to review, and I've had this on a couple of different firearms now. So this thing has been rocking pretty dang well, and we are using the Trigger Cam 2.1 to record this right now. So got a pretty cool little thing going. I think I have it finally in focus. I didn't know there was actually a built-in focus on this camera. So now that we've got that figured out, you should have a pretty dang good view of what I can see and all that I can see in this reticle here. Starting off with the features of this thing, guys, this is a second focal plane scope. So what that means is that as you zoom in on this, the reticle stays the exact same size. So the reticle does not grow with the zoom, it actually just stays put, and that is what your difference between first focal and second focal plane is, if you didn't know. When we take a look at all the information inside this reticle, guys, you have a chevron middle with 2 windage dots on each side, perfectly in line with the tip of the chevron. You're also going to have a set of lines on the left, the right, and the bottom. All of them have some numbers, but they're kind of a little opposite in the left and right versus the up and down. So on the left and right, it starts at 8 on the first line, 6 on the third vertical line, and 4 on the fifth one. And as we work our way down, you have a horizontal line, the first one marking number 4, with the third one still being 6, but now the fifth one is 8. So it kind of reverses it on the numbers going both directions. So pretty dang awesome setup here, guys. Very clean glass. It's been very easy to work with all the different setups that I've had it on. Quick to pick up. Pretty much everything you could need in your window here. So I'm not sure, other than a little bit better illumination, you can barely see it kick on right there. Maybe on the camera, I don't even know if you can, but that is my only complaint on this, is the illumination on this thing during the day. If you ever, for whatever reason, needed to go back and forth pretty quick, it does not work. Obviously you're not trying to use the illumination during the day, but it is kind of drowned out pretty easy. So I have some others that show up pretty much like a red dot. So that's about the only area I can find that the scope is kind of lacking in. Alright guys, this thing has 11 different brightness settings. So starting with number 1, night vision mode. Number 2, still night vision. 3, we're going to start working our way up. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. What's going on, y'all? Today we are talking about the Primary Arms SLx 1-6x24. And this one in particular has the Aurora reticle meant for 5.56 and 308 rifles. But before we jump into this, guys, let's take a quick second and thank Primary Arms directly. They did send us this optic to review here at GunMade, and we've had a really good time with this thing. I had it on the Fax and Ion for that review, as well as a couple of others in between, and now it primarily rests on my 300 Blackout. So very big shout out to them, and big thanks to them for sending this out to us. And if you guys are looking, be sure to check them out on Primary Arms Optics or Primary Arms Online on all platforms, guys. So again, big shout out to Primary Arms for that. But diving into this, guys, this has been a really good LPVO for us here. Very easy to use and super clean glass. I think for the price that you guys are paying, these are roughly $339 online. And if you get the same type of cantilever mount that we were sent with ours, you're looking at roughly right at $400 or just under for both of these. So at right at $400 or below, you were ready to go and get this thing decked out and get you shooting on a rifle. So I think that's a pretty good price for what you're getting, especially for how clear this glass is when you're looking through it. But some of my favorite parts, guys, number 1, you have this really awesome throw lever that they threw in with this box. This thing was very easy to throw on. You just have 2 little set screws here, and these have held phenomenally well, and this thing is not shook loose one bit. And if you guys know me at all, you know that I'm very rough on things. Stuff tends to break free or get loose very quickly with me, and this surpassed the test on multiple rifles now. So that's a good testimony to that for sure. The caps and the illumination knob here are very easy to use as well. They have very aggressive type of designs into the cap, so it should be very easy for you to find during the day or when the lights go off at night. So very, very cool. And that leads into the illumination of this, guys. As you saw, there is 11 different brightness levels for this, including some night vision modes in there. But what I did not like was the fact that even at its brightest setting, it was not very visible during the day. You have a lot of other optics that do have a lot more powerful illumination in their optic itself, and if that was one thing that I can complain about, that is pretty much all I have. So maybe just a little bit stronger power inside of that. Still keep the 11 illumination levels. I believe that's awesome, but give us a little bit better range in between the lowest of the low and the highest of the high there. Clean second focal plane, guys. That's one thing you know, a lot of people argue about online, second focal plane, first focal plane. Luckily, Primary Arms has both if you guys need something more specific than this. But I think with the second focal plane, it did everything that I needed it to and more. That information on the screen did not vary enough for me to be bothered by that. And of course, if you get into some more precision things, you know, they say the second focal plane is something that you could be a little worried about with your zero and all that. I also hear that with the first focal plane as well. But you know, to each their own, and the second focal plane, again, did everything it needed to. I think Primary Arms has a really nice optic here, especially for the price, and I don't think you guys can go wrong if you guys were to get one of these things. But, you know, it's an optic review. We don't have a whole lot to say. All we can do is show you how it holds up during the review, show you that kind of first-person view so that you can see what you would actually be getting with this optic itself, and then let you guys decide ultimately, because there's a ton of good options out there, even a ton of good options with just Primary Arms alone. So this may not be the exact scope for you, but if we can help make your choice a little bit better with the information we've provided, then we have done our job. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this video, guys. Hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and let us know what you think of this SLx 1x6 down below. Do you guys like this? Do you like the reticle? Would you get a different one because of any of those specific things? Let us know, because we love your guys' feedback. But again, that's it from us, y'all. We will see everybody in the next video.